All right, man. So we here. I ain't gonna be before you long. All right. So blackout information. Blackout information is gonna be regarding a lot of financial backing that people just don't know. I'm gonna be researching. There's some things I already know. There's some things I'm gonna research for and do myself. There's some people I'm gonna bring on to this series. It's gonna be a lot of short clips, but mainly when I do live broadcasts, I'm gonna try to keep it, 100 and get a lot of professionals that really do know something. And to a degree, you can check and do your own homework. I don't want to let you know that you can buy a house for a penny, and it's not true. So, for one, to a degree, I'm taking most people for face value, which they, give us the information, which I'm gonna do the research myself and look it up. And if I catch any problems, I'm gonna come back and display the information. But the biggest thing is getting the information out. And that's what I'm trying to do to a lot of the young guys and everything and so forth. Get the information out so these guys be able to know and have an understanding of the information as far as finance at hand. You know, Financial literacy is the key. I'm teaching my kids this now. They actually had a entrepreneurship program started with them in the fifth grade, where the school was offering certain things for them, and they were able to take advantage of it. I already have something I already started up for them. So when it came down to it, it's pretty much like a no brainer for them to get started in this field. And being an entrepreneurship, they being in entrepreneurship, they see me putting in the work majority of the time. So without a doubt, they're able to come in and see the progress through their father. So they always see me working and doing my thing. So it's not a, issue for them to say, okay, I know it takes hard work and dedication, but I never seen it. But they see it with me on a daily, doing my business, doing things I have to do for the family and everything. So when it come down to it, it's only right. So like I said, once again, this blackout information is going to be particularly on things that people want to get into certain fields. It's just the information, as far as finance, you lack it. You know, you got people want to get into coding. I'm gonna try to bring people on like Professor Black Ops and keep it techie. I'm gonna see if Young Grizzly can come on here. Guys that I go and frequent their channels. Sub Zero, another guy. I look at his channel, and he has pretty good information. To a degree, I'm gonna keep it financial state of mind, but I'm also have it to where you can have a career side too as well, or just things you just don't know. You really just don't know. That's the whole point of it being blacked out. You know, Try to get it on the book instead of keeping it off the book. So that's the biggest thing for a lot of people I'm trying to push right now. To build themselves. And I always talk about knowledge itself. So why won't I bring you the information? And I'm talking about knowledge itself to keep you informed. You know, have an understanding of you, have an understanding of yourself, have an understanding of, what's to be offered. And that's the biggest thing. So, like I said, this is gonna be short, not gonna be long, but just relaying and giving the message. That's the key. And with that being said, like always, man, we here and we gone. Shout out to SunCloud. He's right, man. Hey, when it come down to it, like I said, I'm doing part two. That this is a robbery. A lot of people don't understand. There's countless of websites. There's countless of apps at your fingertip. You don't even have to have a car and still make money. I mean, your computer is literally the bank. You don't even have to have internet. You can go to somewhere to a library and do this stuff part time. Typing in document. Doing clips. Libraries you can't make no noise. You could just edit the music later. You have edit. You can put editing software on there for free. Do the editing software and then come back and just feed it through. So, like I said, yeah, bills pay the bills, man. Right, right, all day. So, that's why everybody's coming in while I'm trying to jump off. But yeah, man, like I said, when it comes down to it, A lot of people got to open their eyes, and that's what this whole blackout information is going to be. It's going to be the knowledge of finance and career based as well, just to keep people informed. Because, like I said, a lot of this information is blacked out because we don't know about it, and we don't know about it because we're not taking the time to research it. That was like one of the biggest things. Like I said with Alonzo, when I dealt with Alonzo, I already knew I wanted to get the insurance right away. If he was coming to the degree of all the information I read about and learned about and more, that was the biggest thing for me to, set the stage for, just go ahead and deal with him, pull the trigger, because the longer I wait for me or my kids, what if an illness breaks out, to a degree like we had with 19, you know, if one of my kids would have got that or I got that, that's tragic, and ain't no trying to prepare yourself for get insurance after the fact, because it's too late. They're gonna ask these questions. The biggest thing is you dealing with your doctor and learning all the all the countless things you told him about your health and things that are gonna prevent you from having life insurance to the degree to where go ahead and get it now. I mean, the biggest thing is, let's say you don't have no money. Term insurance is the cheapest you can get. Alonzo quoted a term insurance for 10 years, $50 a month, with over, I think it was like half a million or $100,000 coverage. I believe it was $100,000 coverage, close to the. No, 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 because it was a younger age, it was a half a million. Yeah, but I mean, understand, uh, $50 a month, and you're covered for the next 30 years. If something tragic happens within those 30 years, your family's covered. But to the degree, you can always go back and get more insurance. And then this is the one thing that a lot of insurance companies try to get you to do is convert your policy from term to perm. You know, most people don't have the money, and then as they grow into life, that's when they typically want to switch over. But the biggest thing that me and Lonzo and I talked about, why not just go ahead and get whole life insurance now and save yourself the hassle and the money for later? Because they can always jack up the price on it. So have an understanding, about this. And that's the whole reason why I'm gonna be going here and doing this blackout series. Try to keep people informed about financial decisions, giving your kids the information. It's one thing to give them a whole bunch of money, but they don't have the knowledge. It's worthless. It is worthless. I can give my kids a $500,000 each, but if they don't have financial literacy, that money be gone probably less than a year. Now, everybody keeping up with the Joneses, why not they do the same? But teaching them financial literacy, they know to invest that money in the business, buy a couple of houses, rent them out to a degree where I can keep making money. I explained that to my oldest son. I said, if I give you $100,000 for my life insurance, what are you gonna do with it? He said, well, I'm just gonna go and retire in Jamaica. Go our family house in Jamaica. I'm like, wrong answer. He's like, what do you mean? I said, if you don't take the money I give you and at least invest in a couple of properties where you can get a turnaround. You can do one property at 20%, another property FHA, and turn around and have these properties going to where you buy one, rent the other one out, buy actually buying both. But if you go FHA, you have to stay in the property for a year. You have to know that. So, you know, him taking those houses, renting those houses out to other people, and then there you go. He can go and retire in Jamaica because he's gonna have a steady income coming in. Why take 100,000 or live on an island with no income coming in? So that was one of the key things I gave him, for us, just like with this series, giving him information to say, if you're gonna have money, make the money work for you. You don't work for the money, because what he was doing, he was gonna take all his money, spend it over there, and he's going to be randomly, just like most people, trying to get by. You don't want to get by in life. You want to stay ahead of the curve because you never know what come down the pipeline. But once again, like I said, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, this blackout information is going to be pushing people to have an understanding about financial literacy, getting to the work fields. What are your ways in in doing and careers and trying to figure things out. Like I said, there's multiple ways you can make money on apps. You can take surveys for pennies on the dollar. Do your research. Google these companies. Google these places. You know, even with overseas training, they have a lot of classes. To where I've been hearing a lot of people, especially on Erica Williams' channel, to where there was a lady. She was teaching kids in Japan and China English from home. You know, he was a substitute teacher, needed some extra money, found some couple of apps, and she's teaching kids from at home overseas. Like the webcam. There's a lot of those different things. You have to look into them. Do your research. I keep saying this. Do your research. Know the companies that you're getting to. Looking at their background. Looking at reviews. That's the key thing now. Back then, in the day, you didn't have any reviews. So basically, you took everything for face value. If anybody said something, you know. So nowadays, we have the point to where we can look at and do our research. So once again, I'm gonna leave this time for real. Shout out to everybody came in the building and do your research. Have an understanding. Don't let the knowledge be blacked out to you. We go.